Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. These are the lentils that I purchased on my last payday prep. If you guys remember, I told you I purchased 11 pounds, but I used one bag, actually a half of a bag. So I've got 10 pounds of lentils here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about getting more lentils, which I will in the future. Getting enough to fill up a 5-gallon bucket in a Mylar bag. And then I thought to myself about all those comments that I've read in the past about people who say that they cannot prep because they cannot afford it, because they consider themselves to be poor. And I wanted to do this video to show you how easy it is for you to put away roughly 16,200 calories. This equals 16,200 calories. Right? How to put it away with spending almost nothing with your storage method. The only thing that you're going to need to pay for, besides the food, of course, is going to be some 50 cc oxygen absorbers. Now, these are 50 cc oxygen absorbers. I got these from Amazon, and they cost on average about 6.5 cents a piece. So let's say 7 cents. This is the only thing you're going to have to pay money for. And you're only going to need 2 of these to be able to store all of these. So it's going to cost you roughly 13 cents in order to be able to store this for long term in a proper manner. And what is going to be our storage vehicle? I'm pretty sure that if you've been with me for a while, you've seen me show off some of this before, but this is my storage vehicle. Or this is my storage container. This is what I'm going to use to store that. This, in addition to one 50 cc oxygen absorber that you can pick up in bulk for as little as 6.5 cents a piece. Now, they sell these in Amazon in packs of 200. I think they're $9. I'm not sure. I do have these on my Amazon storefront if you want to go check them out. But this is so very simple, inexpensive, that it's hard for me to believe that anyone out there who considers themselves to be poor could not come up with 6.5 cents per, roughly $9. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to get something like this so that you can put away some food insurance. That's what this video is about, is to encourage you to do food storage, to do some prepping for the future. Because unless you haven't looked around, or unless for some reason you don't get out much, we do have a crisis coming. It may not be this year. Hopefully it won't be next year. I hope it won't. I hope that the shelves will be full next year and we have even more time to prep. But it's coming, all right? And it will be in our lifetimes. And prepping these lentils in this manner is going to allow them to stay good to eat, in my opinion, for at least 30 years. So it's one and done. You put them away, that's it, you put them away. Unless you do feel compelled to rotate them, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. Well, let me tell you what I did with these bottles and how you can get them. I can already hear the comments coming. I don't drink soda. Okay. I'm sure you know people that do, right? I'm not being facetious by saying that or saying it in that manner. It's that I've read thousands and thousands and thousands of comments. I read, I would say, at least 99.9% of the comments that are left. Some I miss because they are comments for really old videos and I just don't see them. But I can hear the excuses coming already. Well, that plastic won't do good over time. Well, I don't drink soda. I don't know anyone that drinks soda. Ladies and gentlemen, stop it. But ladies and gentlemen, time for excuses are over. You're going to need to do what you have to do in order to prepare. Consider yourselves blessed that we have not had to fall back on our prep food as of yet. And some people have. Some people have had personal life-changing events that have had to fall back on their prep, so it's good. So don't make excuses as to why you cannot get some of these free containers, but think of ideas as to how. Ask your family, whoever drinks soda pop. Ask your friends. I'm sure that there are enough people in your lives that you know. Ask your neighbors. All right? I'm sure that there are enough people in your lives that you know that drink soda pop that you can get some of these in order for you to do some storage of your long-term foods. Now, what I do with these is we don't really drink a lot of soda in this house. It's maybe once a week or so we have like a meal with our whole family together. And maybe we'll buy a 2-liter or a couple of 2 liters of soda. And then we won't buy any more for another month or so. So it's not even every time that we have a family meal together that we'll take out a 2-liter of soda. It's just once in a while. All right. And we make it a point that when we're going to drink soda, that we just get what we're going to drink. And that way, when it's done, it's done. It's not lingering in the house so that you can make an excuse to have one every 2 hours. Anyways, I digress. So all I do with these bottles, ladies and gentlemen, is after they've been emptied, I just rinse them out with a little bit of tap water. And I put them on the windowsill and give them a few days so that all the water can evaporate from them. If for some reason it's hard for the water to evaporate from them, all you got to do is stick a paper towel in there, shake it around, shake the paper towel in there, and then take it out, and then let it sit for a while, and it'll be much easier for the inside to dry out. But you want to make sure that the inside is really dry. And the other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a funnel. Going to need a funnel to put in here and to be able to fill this up. All right? It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill these up just so you can see how simple it is to do this and that there's really no excuse for you not to be putting anything away. Now this method would work with rice, with lentils, with beans, with peas, with corn. It'll work with cornmeal. It'll even work with sugar and salt, except if you put sugar and salt in here, you do not have to put an oxygen absorber in there, okay? Especially with sugar. If you put an oxygen absorber in here after having packed sugar in there, that sugar is going to turn as hard as a rock. It's not going to ruin the sugar, but your sugar will turn as hard as a rock. All right? So having said that, I would recommend that you don't put any oxygen absorber in here if you're storing sugar. But think of any dry item that's a really dry item, you know, beans, lentils, rice, sugar, any spices that you may want to be putting away for long-term storage. That way you don't have to buy any glass jars, mason jars. You can use this method for. So the sky's the limit, ladies and gentlemen. Oats, grits, all right? Just think of anything that is a really dry item that you want to put away for long-term food storage that requires an O2 absorber. There's a great method for. So let me also go ahead and give you guys a quick message, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you'll listen to this. If not, just fast forward a few minutes or a couple of minutes to where I pack these. When I hear comments and I hear people refer to themselves as being poor, it kind of, hits me. I heard someone talk about this a while back, and I was reflecting on that today, and it makes a lot of sense. And ladies and gentlemen, what you have to consider is this, that being poor is a state of mind. So if you label yourself as being poor, in my opinion, you've started to give up the fight. You've accepted that you're going to be in that position for a long time. And like I said before, being poor is a state of mind. Now, being broke and not having any money, now that's not a state of mind. That is a condition that you're in. And that is something that you can fix by either getting another job, picking up extra work on the side, babysitting, picking up cans. If you haven't seen my video where I went through, I think it was 16 things that you can do to save money and earn money so that you can do prepping on the cheap, go ahead and take a look at that video. But ladies and gentlemen, what I want to urge you to do is don't label yourself as being poor. Keep your head up and understand that the condition and or situation that you're in can change. And you can be an active participant in changing your condition of being broke to that of a condition of not being broke. I know it's easy to say for some people, but it's true. You can change your condition, but don't label yourself as being poor. Because when you label yourself as being poor, all I hear is that I've accepted the condition by which I live to be a permanent condition. And I know that you're better than that. And I'm sure that you know that you're better than that. So now let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward this or speed this up. That way you guys don't have to live through the noise of the lentils falling on the plastic. But if you want to imagine just all these lentils being filled in there, then that's what I'm going to do. But I do have a quick tip to give you for when you put in your oxygen absorber at the end. All right, so we'll be back in a minute as soon as I fill these up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I got both of my bottles filled. And these bottles only took 7 pounds of, or a little bit about 7.5 pounds of lentils. So I put in 7 full bags and 1/2 of a bag into both of these. I didn't want to open up another bag because I didn't think that it would fill, it would obviously be way too much and I wouldn't be able to put it in here. So I'd rather keep my bags whole. But this is as easy as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. After you do this, all you do is you put in your oxygen absorber, which I'm going to do right now here in a second. Let me go ahead and answer a couple of questions that we may have. And the first one is, did I put these in the freezer for a few days before I packed them? I did not. And the reason I did not is that even if these have some microscopic bugs in them, I'm going to be okay with them. Why is that? Because the 50cc oxygen absorber that I'm going to put in here is going to eliminate all of the oxygen in this container. See, even though it is required or it is recommended that you use at least 800 cc's of oxygen absorbers for every gallon, all right? And 50cc is definitely not enough. I would need 200. This is about 1/2 of a gallon, right? 2 liters is a little bit more than 1/2 of a gallon. So one would think that, well, this is 1/2 a gallon. I'm going to need a 200 cc oxygen absorber. Well, it's not 1/2 of a gallon after you displace most of the air in there with your product. All right. So right now, I would say that there's probably a cup of air in each of these. And a cup of air is plenty for a 50cc oxygen absorber. Now, one of the things that I think plays such a good role in allowing these to be such good storage devices is that these caps have that little plastic seal on the top, and they create a very good seal, or plastic gasket, whatever you want to call it. They create a very good seal that doesn't allow any air in or out. All right. So another thing that you may want to do if you don't have access to oxygen absorbers is go ahead and freeze your product. Freeze it for 2 or 3 days. That's one thing you can do. Then in addition to that, if you have any diatomaceous earth, go ahead and add a little bit of diatomaceous earth in there as well. That way, if there are any bugs that still exist, that diatomaceous earth should kill them. All right, preserving your food for a longer time. All right. However, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is probably the cheapest prep you're going to buy. All right, 6.5 cents to put away this much food, 13 cents to put away both of these, and they'll be long-term food storage. They'll be long-term, be able to be stored for long-term. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, wait a minute. We've got 2 stragglers here. We've got 2 stragglers here. Can't leave them behind. We will not leave a lentil behind. So this is how I store my oxygen absorbers. I've been doing it like this for years. People have different ways of storing them, but I've found that this works for me. What you want to do is, though, is once you get this open, you want to make sure you get business taken care of immediately. Get those things out of there, seal it right back up. So I'm going to dig 2 of these out. I'm just going to throw the 2 right there. I'm going to close my lid. I'm going to seal these right back up. They're good to go for the next one. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I was doing over here, but I got another 3 stragglers. No way, look at that. I dropped a couple. Well, we found them. Now we can go ahead and put our oxygen absorbers in there. As you can see, we left a little bit of headroom, which ended up being good that we only used up the 7.5 bags of lentils that we had. Left a little bit of headroom. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put this on. Now if you want to, if you have like this, you can go ahead and evacuate a little more air by doing this. It's not going to hurt anything, but you really don't have to, all right? Go ahead, we'll do this one right here, okay? And then we'll leave this one just like this without doing anything, okay? And then next time I do a video, I'll show you guys what they both look like, all right? And I put these on as tight as I could. Now, this is the one that I didn't do anything to. This is the one that I did a little bit of air evacuation. Let's go ahead and see if it makes a difference when we check it in a few days. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this one with the next, the one that I actually evacuated some air. See if it makes a big difference, so you guys remember that. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. This is the video for today. I hope you guys got something out of this. I think I am the only prepper channel that can stretch a 2.5 to 3 minute video to 20 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you very much for joining in today, ladies and gentlemen. Truly do appreciate you guys stopping by, especially my VIPs that are here every day when I put up a video, or every time that I put up a video. Thank you very much for your support, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you very much to all of our new subscribers. Welcome to our community. Please feel free to interact with our community members, as you are now one of them, right? What makes this channel what it is that we have an outstanding community of good people that want to help each other and are willing to help each other. So thank you all for that. So remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place. And you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper. I'm out.